Is this the beginning of the biggest split in BTS history? Jungkook is cornered, HYBE takes a step no one ever imagined, and Taehyung reacts unexpectedly. The future of BTS is now at stake, and terrible rumors about HYBE's decision to expel Jungkook are burning in ARMY circles. What is really going on behind this glittering stage? No one expected that this day would come. The day when the word solid that has always been attached to BTS began to be questioned. Are we witnessing the beginning of the crack of one of the most famous fraternities in the entertainment world? Jungkook, the golden magne who has always been the pride of BTS, is now rumored to be in a cornered position after the big step taken by HYBE. The decision, which was never anticipated by the public or fans, caused a shockwave that was felt all over the world. Even more surprising, Taehyung gave an unexpected reaction, a reaction that caused a big question mark in the minds of fans. Did he support or stay away? The news is getting hot. HYBE is said to be considering removing Jungkook from BTS. Is it true that this is just a rumor, or is it just a puzzle piece of a big plan that has been tightly hidden? Armies around the world are now divided, some in disbelief and outright rejection of the news, while others are beginning to see signs that, so far, may have appeared but were ignored. Not stopping there, an internal recording leaked on a secret forum revealed a conversation allegedly involving HYBE's top brass, in which Jungkook and Taehyung's names were mentioned together in a hostile tone. The question hanging in the air is now becoming more and more pressing. Is an internal dispute going on in the middle of BTS? Or is this just a ruthless media strategy to hurt public opinion? But the most important thing is Taehyung's response. Instead of defending openly, like he always did when one of his members was attacked by rumors, this time Taehyung chose to be cold. In a short live broadcast, he only gave a vague comment. Sometimes, the choices we make are not always understood by others. This sentence immediately became a major topic on social media, sparking thousands of speculations. Is this the code that he agreed with HYBE move? Or is it just a subtle form of protest against a decision that is considered detrimental to the friend? In the midst of this chaos, Jungkook remained silent. Her usually cheerful face has now looked more tense in the last few public appearances. ARMY, who is used to seeing him smile, now felt that there was an invisible distance between Jungkook and the world around him. It was as if there was a burden that he was carrying alone, a burden that was not even shared with the other members, or maybe just certain members. That night, the sky in Seoul was colder than usual. The streets that used to be bustling with laughter of fans waiting for their idols are now filled with anxious whispers. Several accounts of BTS's large fan base began posting unusual pieces of information that seemed to be deliberately made to hang. If this news is true, things will change. One account wrote, "Without further explanation did I end, just a matter of minutes." The keyword, HYBE eject Jungkook, began to occupy the top trending on various social media platforms. But amid the panic, a snippet of a video from BTS's rehearsal room circulated, showing the moment when Jungkook left the room early, leaving Taehyung and some of the staff still busy talking about something. No one knows for sure what was discussed before that, but Taehyung's expression that was seen looking at the door blankly made the speculation even wilder. Several eyewitnesses who were in the vicinity of the HYBE building that day claimed to see a black car stopped at the back door. Some said the car belonged to HYBE's executive director, while others claimed to have seen Jungkook's personal manager exit with an agitated look on his face. All these pieces of information, while unverified, come together to form a bleak picture that makes fans start to question. Are BTS internal relationships at rock bottom? What further clouded the atmosphere was the statement of an anonymous insider who claimed to work in one of HYBE's creative divisions. He sent a message to a well-known fanbase admin, who then published the content of the message cryptically. The message reads, "Sometimes companies have to take unpopular steps to protect their biggest assets. But what happens if the asset itself becomes a threat?" This sentence was immediately interpreted by many as a signal that HYBE considers Jungkook no longer just an asset, but a threat that must be controlled or even eliminated. On the other hand, Taehyung actually appeared at a prestigious fashion event in Paris, looking stunning with a thin smile that either contains the meaning of happiness or is simply camouflage. In a brief interview, a foreign reporter asked directly about the news circulating. Taehyung simply replied, "Everyone has their own journey. There are things I can't comment on right now." This answer, although it sounds diplomatic, actually triggers more question marks. Is Taehyung keeping a big secret? Meanwhile, Jungkook was seen attending an internal meeting at HYBE without any of the other BTS members accompanying him. Some photos taken from a distance showed her tense expression. Even her eyes looked a little red, as if they were holding back emotions. ARMY began to flood social media with hashtags #ProtectJungkook and #WeStandWithJungkook. But on the other hand, the hashtag #TrustHYBE also appeared from some fans who believed that the company must have a strong reason if it would take drastic steps. What makes the atmosphere even hotter is the emergence of rumors that there is a secret contract that binds BTS members to the new rules after the military period. This contract, according to the news, gives HYBE the full right to determine who will continue her career in BTS and who should be released. If this is the case, Jungkook's position, despite being the most popular member globally, could still be shifted if deemed to be in breach of certain agreements. But what exactly is a trigger? Some people suspect this is related to Jungkook's solo project, which is considered too dominant and begins to overshadow the BTS brand itself. There were also those who attributed it to internal issues involving differences in views between Jungkook and management regarding BTS's musical direction going forward. Most surprisingly, a source mentioned that Taehyung may have had an important role in this decision, not because of a personal dispute, but because he indirectly supported a different management vision than Jungkook. In the midst of all that speculation, HYBE chose to remain silent. There were no official clarifications, no press statements, only silence that only reinforced the public's suspicion that something big was going on behind the scenes. The following night, Seoul was rocked again by a post that suddenly appeared on a closed-door online forum that is usually only accessed by a handful of people in the entertainment industry. An 18-minute audio file with the label "Internal Meeting, Confidential" went viral in a matter of hours, forcing HYBE to lock down almost all of their internal social media accounts. The first cut of the tape immediately gave goosebumps. A voice that sounded similar to one of HYBE's bigwigs spoke in a firm tone. "We have to think about the sustainability of the BTS brand after the military phase is over. Some decisions will not be popular, but they need to be made." The second piece of footage that left the public flabbergasted was when Taehyung's name was mentioned directly. Taehyung agrees with our vision to change the direction of music and visual concepts. He will be the key if Jungkook is no longer here. Just those two sentences are enough to blow up cyberspace. Within minutes, the hashtag HYBE Exposed was trending in more than 10 countries. ARMY International began to split into two camps that argued fiercely with each other: those who believed the tape was genuine and supported Jungkook, and those who considered it manipulation to divide the fandom. That on Twitter, a thread from a large fanbase gathered evidence that seemed to corroborate the contents of the recording. Jungkook's cold expression during a group photo session, the minimal interaction between Jungkook and Taehyung in recent months, to the huge difference in their solo.
Promotion schedule.
Candid photos that were previously taken for granted are now analyzed in detail like a thriller scene, as if every look holds a hidden message. But the culmination of all that speculation came 3 days later, when a lucky fan who was in the Hanamdong area claimed to see Jungkook and Taehyung meet in a small cafe at night. At first, he thought it was just an ordinary meeting, two friends who missed each other after a busy schedule. But when he started recording from a distance, the atmosphere recorded was far from familiar. In the less than a minute-long video, Jungkook is seen speaking with a serious expression, his hands moving quickly as if explaining something important. Taehyung, on the other hand, just sat back and stared out the window, rarely looking into Jungkook's eyes. At the end of the video, Jungkook is seen standing up suddenly and leaving the table, while Taehyung just takes a deep breath before picking up his phone. The video immediately became the subject of endless analysis. Some said that Jungkook was begging Taehyung to help him fight HYBE's decision. Others suspected that Taehyung had actually been on the side of the company from the beginning. Some fans even claimed to be able to read Jungkook's lip movements at certain moments, translating them as the phrase, You know this is wrong. HYBE remains silent. No clarification, no defense. This silence adds fire to speculation that something big is about to be announced, and that the time for Jungkook in BTS may really be only days away. Amid the chaos, news emerged that BTS would be holding a surprise press conference over the weekend. No details, no official agenda, only invitations to specific media with important notes. Armies around the world are holding their breath. Is this the end of Jungkook's BTS journey? Or is it precisely the turning point that will silence all rumors? That day came. The HYBE meeting house in the center of Seoul is filled with black cars with special plates, signifying the presence of important executives and major media. Outside the building, dozens of soldiers gathered despite the merciless downpour. Some carried banners reading "Protect Jungkook." Others just looked straight at the entrance, waiting for a glimpse of their loved ones. At 11 noon exactly, the doors of the conference room opened. One by one BTS members entered, their faces covered by black masks and dark glasses. No smile, no wave of the hand. Most strikingly, Jungkook walked last, keeping a distance of about 2 meters from Taehyung, who walked in front of him. The reporter's camera instantly fired endless flashes, as if trying to capture every little movement that could be a clue on stage. A long table was set up with microphones in front of each chair. In the middle sat CEO HYBE. His face was firm, but looked a little tense. After a short greeting, he immediately started without further ado. We invite all of you today to answer the public's questions that have developed over the past few weeks. A lot of rumors. A lot of speculation, and we think it's time to give a direct explanation. The sound of the camera flash is getting boisterous. Jungkook sat up straight, his hands clasped tightly against each other on the table. Taehyung, on the other hand, sat at a slight angle, his gaze directed towards the floor. Regarding the future of BTS, the CEO paused, taking a deep breath. There is a difference of creative views within the team that makes us have to consider various options. However, he stared at Jungkook. It is not true that we have decided to take Jungkook out. The room rumbled. Journalists whispered to each other, some even sounding disappointed that they did not get the confirmation of the rumors they expected. But before the atmosphere subsided, something unexpected happened. Taehyung raised his hand, asking to speak. "I want to say something," he said slowly but clearly. All eyes were immediately on him. He took off his mask, revealing an expression that was hard to read, a mixture of fatigue, sadness, and determination. "There is a difference of opinion between us. It's true that Jungkook and I haven't spoken much lately, but not because I'm against him or against the company. I was silent all this time because I didn't know who to take sides with, when right and wrong were blurred in my eyes." That sentence made Jungkook turn his head quickly, his gaze sharp but full of wounds. Taehyung continued, "We are brothers, but we are also artists under contract. I didn't always agree with the company's decision, nor did I always agree with Jungkook's move. But one thing I do know, if one of us leaves, BTS is no longer BTS." The room was suddenly quiet. Even CEO HYE looked stiff, as if she didn't expect Taehyung to go that far. Jungkook, who had been sitting stiff from the beginning, suddenly lowered his head, and when he lifted his head again, his eyes were glazed. "I don't want to leave," Jungkook said softly. "But I also can't be someone I'm not just for the sake of surviving." Both sentences are like a bomb exploding in the middle of a room. Social media immediately exploded with video snippets of the moment, captioned dramatically as JK's last cry for BTS or V's unexpected stand. Armies around the world began flooding the platform with prayers, support, and also concerns. However, the press conference did not give a definitive answer about Jungkook's future. HYBE closed the event with a cryptic statement that internal discussions will continue and no final decision has been taken at this time. All that was left was a feeling hanging over everyone's hearts, a huge question mark that was getting more and more pressing, as if a great storm had just begun. The afternoon after that press conference, the atmosphere around HYBE headquarters was still crowded. Some fans stayed put, hoping for a glimmer of additional information. But behind the high glass walls and tight guard, another story is unfolding, one that the camera does not see and does not record in the live broadcast. A HYBE employee known to be close to BTS staff leaked a voicemail to an international fanbase account. In the recording, Jungkook and Taehyung's voices are clearly heard in the dressing room after the press conference. Jungkook's voice sounded hoarse, clearly still affected by emotions. "You think I want everyone to